Welcome back. This is lesson 19 for the practice drill known as Robot Raid. The time has come for you to show that you remember all of the techniques you've learned so far. It's a beautiful sunny day, and we're here at the Washington State University campus to practice some drills. This practice drill is best performed outside where you have plenty of room, and while you go through each technique smoothly transitioning into the next, you can imagine being attacked by a horde of enemies, maybe even some battle droids or whatever you'd like. Start off slow, performing each technique smoothly and succinctly until you can perform the entire drill all at once without making a mistake. Now in this lesson we're going to use something called clock position. Basically what that means is you're going to imagine standing on a clock, a regular clock with a face, and in front of you is going to be 12 o'clock, behind you is 6 o'clock, and of course you can figure out the other directions from there. And as soon as you can perform all of the steps of this drill from memory without pausing or making a mistake, then you know that you have fully mastered it. And then you can continue on to the next lesson.
In these recordings of my performance of the Robot Raid, I leap to the right before executing the hand slice. In order to be consistent with the instructions of your textbook, it would be much better for you to practice stepping diagonally to the left with your right foot instead, in the way you are used to performing the hand slice, targeting the outside arm of your opponent. Begin in the attentive stance, facing front at 12 o'clock, and standing in the center point of your practice space. Bow to the approaching horde of 6 enemies, activate your saber and salute them with your signature flourish. Transition into the ready stance. Picture 2 enemies rushing to face you. Slide both feet forward in primed step, performing the knight strike on the right shoulder of your first enemy, slicing it down to its waist. As he falls to your left side, prepare for the second, just behind. Rather than sliding both feet back to the starting position, immediately advance. Take a medium-sized right step further forward at 12 o'clock to execute the plasma stab, piercing it through the chest. Pull your saber back sharply to free your blade. A third enemy is now attempting to surprise you from the right, aiming to stab you in the face. When you retreat your right foot back, pivot on your left to turn your body 90 degrees to your right, so that you are now in the ready stance facing 3 o'clock. Your turn caused your saber to meet and redirect the third enemy's blade, placing you both toe-to-toe. As you stand close to your enemy, demonstrate the pitfall by sliding down their blade and impaling their stomach. Unstick your saber as you retreat with 1 step back into the home position. The third enemy, clutching its stomach, still lumbers forward, swinging wildly. Dash with 2 steps diagonally to their right with the walking step toward 2 o'clock, and swing back, chopping their right leg with the Smuggler. Keep your saber pointing low to the ground and recenter yourself to face the center point. As you turn, you see 2 foes side by side who are just behind you. Avoid a vertical slice from the 5th by taking a large step with your right foot, then disarm the 4th foe with the hand slice. Just as your saber cuts off the 4th enemy's right hand, the 5th foe attempts to slice through both of your hands. Quickly pull back your arms and saber. Continue to take a large step back with your right foot, turning your body. Chamber your saber up into your right shoulder, and while the 5th foe's saber swings to the ground, slice them in half with the clone cutter, In a wide stance, bend your knees as you follow through with the slice. Bring the hilt of the saber to your left hip as the blade tip points downward. The last of the horde, the sixth, quickly comes to the side of the fourth, who is fumbling on the ground in order to pick up their fallen saber. Chamber your saber into your left shoulder in preparation. Before the sixth comes any closer, you charge toward them with a step from your left foot, and then from your right, facing 9 o'clock, and utilize the hut slap to horizontally slice them in half. Turn to face the center point. Now armed with their saber in their remaining hand, the fourth enemy's saber clashes against yours. Great pressure is applied against the sabers. They attempt to push you back and down, but you push them back, walking towards 6 o'clock until you return to the center point. Finally, you pull back and perform the crystal mine, dividing their torso from their lower body, thus defeating the last of the enemies. Straighten your posture, turn to face 12 o'clock, and return to the ready stance. Deactivate and spin the saber down and back to your left hip as you transition into the attentive stance. Complete the drill with a bow.